Oh, you're a boy. No, you're a boy dragon. Yeah, not a girl dragon. Yeah, this is totally not Shrek. All right. So, we're back again with yet again another episode of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. In the last episode, we saved the Thunder Dragon Lanayru and brought him back to life. He's just back with his feetsies and just crisscross legs like a human being would. Speaking of just being here for a little bit, I did talk to these robots to see what they're up to. He's in the grass. He's in the grass. Master Thunder Dragon is very high spirits. Weep. He is. Also, in last episode, I did go into deep depth about the very notorious soft lock that is very still present on the Wii version. Sadly, if you experienced that in your prime time of this game being released back in 2011, I genuinely feel for you because I don't see how the game can expect you to purposely just fulfill the knowledge of skipping it. Although, there was a way to relieve it with the Wii Shop update channel. Alright, in this episode, we will begin something called the Lightning Round, or better known as the Lanayru Boss Rush. It's an amalgamation, I wouldn't say that because that'll just be all bosses in one, but it is a compilation and challenge of all the bosses that we have fought in the past. However, if you leave and come back, although you can just save and reload the file, Master Thunder Dragon will have a speech bubble. And yeah, he can just... Actually, you don't even have to leave the map. You can just go into a loading zone and come back. But here he is. What up, dude?
Whoa, LSP! I told you to wait a little while, but you just couldn't resist, eh? Well, I guess there's no sense in waiting any longer. Let's get this show started. Of course, seeing as how you're the hero of legend, you don't really have time to just goof off here, right? Right. So, how about we make this bit of fun more meaningful by taking you back through some of those challenges you faced previously? You know, sometimes you've got to step backward to go forward. There's a lot you can learn from revisiting your past struggles. Oh, yes. So, LSP, are you game?
You know, as much as it has delighted me, I kind of want to say no, but we've made it this far, so I'm going with heck yeah, baby.
You're a true hero, that's the spirit! Then if you would permit me, I'll take a peek at your past experiences. Indeed, indeed. You have done some amazing things like battling fierce foes and overcoming the daunting trials in the Silent Realm. Alright then, based on those experiences, you can choose one of two exciting challenges. Which one would you like to try? Pick whichever one you'd like.
Alright, so with our decisions here, you can pick either one if you want to go back collectible-wise and pick up some more, let's say, Dusk Relics from the Silent Realm. You have more liberty to go ahead and do that. However, we want two specific collectibles here that are major, and we will specifically get them from Battle. Silent Realm we can do it another time, but Battle will be our specialty in this episode.
You want to battle? Fantastic! I like your moxie. Because you chose battle, I will select from only the toughest opponents you've ever faced. And I will use my power to recreate the same battle, so you can face your greatest enemies once more. You're being a good sport, so I'll reward you. Do well enough and I might give you something truly special, an absurdly sturdy shield. Oh, but if you lose... Well, let's just say that this isn't just a game. If you lose, it's all over. You won't be going home in one piece. Still interested?
No. I'll be honest, no. But, yes, I'm totally in. Let's get this started.
Spoken like a little warrior. I like it. Now then, Would you like to face an enemy from near the beginning of your journey, or a fairly recent one?
So, at this point, it wouldn't really matter, because as long as you get 4 battles and the 8th battle done, and it's a victory, you get a collectible. So we're going for the 4th battle and 8th battle. However, I'm going to go ahead and choose the beginning.
From the beginning of your journey, huh? In that case, let's see. Here we go. These guys look pretty tough. Which one would you like to face?
Alright. I normally would go with the Imprisoned, but with the classic order that we've gone in, and the definitiveness that I've basically experienced thus far, especially the Skyview Temple, where we met the biggest and notorious villain of this game, we're going to go ahead and choose Ghirahim.
Ghirahim it is. He's that creepy guy you fought in Skyview Temple. Ah, I forgot to tell you something. The only items you can use in battle are the items you would have had at the time. Yep, that's it. Also, pouch items are prohibited. I know that sounds really hard, but you fought these guys once before, so I've got to keep it interesting. Maybe I am being a little bit rough on you here. Tell you what, I'll let you take the shield you are currently have equipped. You all set? You've got a shield on and everything? If you're ready, we're going to do this for real. Are we ready?
Maybe not. Yes, let's do this, baby.
Psych yourself up for this!
Alright, so welcome to the Lanayru boss rush. We are starting off with Ghirahim, with special guest, the Thunder Dragon.
That's me! Thank you for having me, little Saw Plays. And by the way, when I said that I was drawing on your past experiences, I also remember that time at summer camp, but that doesn't make for a very good boss.
But I saved you from your deepest slumber that left you in the past. Or I would say the present, because it's honestly not very good enough environment for you to live in.
That doesn't change your past, though! I'm just saying! Alright, in all seriousness, this is Mega Wii Master 1. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to not only co-commentate here, but also to voice the Thunder Dragon this time.
Of course. Absolute. So
if you guys are kind of like unfamiliar with our history here, in many of Alex's Zelda LPs, I have co-commentated with him in episodes that feature gauntlets of enemies, such of which include the Savage Labyrinth in Wind Waker, and the Cave of Ordeals in Twilight Princess. Wow, LSP, that was incredible! Here I am. This is your time.
That was totally a mistake.
I had a little bit of a stroke there. You'll have to forgive me. I just healed with that fruit that you brought me last episode.
Yeah, we finished him in 53 seconds and 89 milliseconds. But, he'll basically just go on, and you don't have to voice him anymore, it's fine. Your job is done.
Okay.
So we're gonna celebrate with a little prize. Yeah, Mega here did mention that normally it's been Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, ironically, in episode 28 that we've done gauntlets like the Cave of Ordeals and the Savage Labyrinth. Sadly, though, in Ocarina of Time, which is the LP that I kind of wanted to do definitively and concisely as possible, there is really no big gauntlet besides, I want to say, the Gerudo Training Grounds that I did a couple episodes before the finale. And funny enough, you don't actually get that beneficial of an item there besides ice arrows. But here we are in an even bigger, interesting gauntlet. Thanks again for being here.
Yeah,
We basically waited about 8 months ever since this LP was announced, but we appreciate it.
Yeah,
anyway.
I think episode 1, I specifically requested, I'm like, can I be part of the lightning round? Because that's the closest thing to a gauntlet here. Like, well, you could still call it a gauntlet, but it's not in, like, the same realm as the Savage Labyrinth or the Cave of Ordeals. But, like, it's still in the same ballpark. It's still, like, facing a group of enemies in succession with little to no break in between.
Oh, yeah. I think that was actually the trailer that you commented on specifically, but yeah, we waited a good time for this. You know, in between now and the time that I started this LP, I've been in the process of moving I don't think that I have to explain that to anybody who knows what moving is like and maintaining a job is like. So, with that said and done, I really think that went well explained. But this is also a Zelda game of, quite the longevity, especially if you're going for the route that I'm going in. Also, I'm sure you've already noticed it, but most bosses here, if not all of them besides Ghirahim, their weak spots are their eye. Why is that? I don't know. Maybe you could explain that.
It's nature's weak spot.
It is nature's weak spot. The eye of the ocean.
They took notes from the 3DS
I forgot.
version of
Scaldera
Majora's
will
Mask.
do this. Yeah, that's it. Oh, especially that Great Bay Temple boss. Oh, screw me.
They took notes from a port that did not exist yet.
Exactly. And there goes Scaldera. So, hey, I broke even.
So, I kind of want to mention a strategy I usually have. Typically, I pick the boss that I consider to be the hardest, and then I find that Lanayru then picks a fairly easy boss afterwards, and, like, he almost goes... Like, I think, like, after you pick your first one, then regardless, he'll pick a boss from the beginning of the adventure, and then I kind of like to try to replenish my hearts there, because I think hearts still do show up in, like, either pots or in, like, this previous fight at the top of the slope.
Yeah, and this also goes for Koloktos, which is the boss of the Ancient Cistern. Just knock down some pillars, and then you have hearts. It's like peeling crab, pretty much. All right.
Here we go, one of the Imprisoned fights. This looks to be number 1?
This is number 1.
Okay.
And me and a number of other LPers have done some deep research on this, and I think any Zelda fan worth their salt would really like a better way to fight the Imprisoned, although I've pretty much already showed them. But if you want a refresher, just jump on top of his head and get his weak spot. I really, really can't come up with a better way than this, because your early time doing this, you will just have to attack its toesy-woesies, and that'll be your way of taking it down. But if you want a time saver, just jump on its head. It's really pretty much self-explanatory.
If you do have to attack the toes, probably best to use the bow.
Yeah, or if you want, just, heck, save your, save your stamina potions, because you'll be definitely sprinting a lot in this boss fight specifically.
Right.
But other than that...
I guess on top of it being a gauntlet, so to speak, I also wanted to commentate on this episode specifically, because Lanayru, on top of like being my favorite both dragon in this game and light spirit in Twilight Princess, because again Lanayru is probably the most involved light spirit in the story, because he's the one that teaches you about the interlopers, as well as he actually tries to help stop Zant in that one cutscene. But Lanayru has one perk over the dragons in this game, and that's he offers this challenge. The Elden Dragon and the Pharaon Dragon, they don't really offer anything like this. Like, you just do their challenge for their part of the song, and then you move on. Yeah, at least, like, there's a reason to come back to Lanayru, which I appreciate, so that makes him more memorable.
Absolutely. And also, let's not forget that Lanayru is the one spirit where you see that freaky-deaky cutscene in Twilight Princess. So...
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, where he's talking about the interlopers.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it's up in the air as to whether or not these are the same beings as the light spirits. They could just be named after the same things, though.
That's lore that's even beyond my expertise, even though, like, given how much I love this franchise. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything about Zelda, although I do love this franchise, like, with all my heart. But there is some lore that kind of goes beyond my research, and I learn more every day. I'm not perfect. Quit now, and you'll get... Okay, so the next win here will get us the heart piece, so let's just go ahead and continue. Alright.
And who do we have next? Okay, yeah, so it is all of the... It is practically all of the early game boss fights that he's going to have you do first, just kind of randomized between those 4.
Yeah, pretty much did show the beginning here, so it should be you know, like a small feat. I got grabbed. That's not optimal. It'll be alright.
I think I have seen videos of people bringing in. There's an invincibility potion, right? I think if you have that effect equipped, you are able to bring it in here at least. You just can't you can't use anything from your pouch.
No,
other than the shield.
Your pouch doesn't work, so you can't use potions here.
Yeah, the pouch doesn't work, but if you drink a potion, like a stamina potion or the invincibility or anything, then I think that effect will at least carry over into here for at least a little while.
I don't think it does. Given how unfair this game could be, I don't think it does. However,
maybe some kind of annotation will help us out here.
I might just research that off screen because you do have a point. Just dig them out. But yeah, potions. Even if it does have an effect, by the way, that's called the Guardian Potion. It gives you invincibility for a few minutes.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
I'm still not sure on the matter of whether it lasts while you're in one of these fights. But hey, that's Moldarach down, and here we are. A minute and 20 seconds, not too bad. And here we are. And by the way, this is a pretty good rupee grinder too, so don't feel bad about doing this. And
yeah, this is one of the best ways to make money.
Yeah, and the easiest because you're already used to fighting these bosses. Deathless, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and quit and get this heart piece because that's what I came here for. No need to knock yourself out fighting these enemies here, right? Well, might as well save yourself for the real battles.
Me to read that?
You don't have to. It's totally fine.
Okay.
You did your job. You did your job.
Did my job.
Did your job right.
Did what I came here for.
Did your job right, and you did your job. So this is the last heart piece. Now, people in the comments, if anybody's watching, if anybody's going to comment, where's the 20th heart? I don't understand. The life medal is in the item check. I will get it later.
We get there when we get there.
We get there when we get there. Krankenhaus. That's hospital in German. Sorry, I had to bring my my very flamboyant accent there. But okay, so we are going here a second time. Why? We're gonna be going for 8 victories. Yeah, you heard me. I said 8, right?
Did you say 8?
I did say 8. You know, the number that 28 ends in, because that's a meme with the 28.
It's the meme. It's the meme number between us.
All right, to bring it a little bit more excitingly, I'm gonna go ahead and go with fairly recent. Hopefully, I can get the Imprisoned out of the way. So I'm gonna go with him.
He's living dangerously.
I'm living dangerously. All right, let's do this. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and just go for the full cycle. There is a good hack here because he does have appendages, so we're gonna go ahead and rush. No pun intended. I don't think I got it though. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. We'll see.
I guess while we're doing one of the many imprisoned fights you have to do here, it should be noted if you're playing hero mode, there are a few additional boss fights that actually take place after this in the story that are featured within the lightning round. I'm obviously not going to talk about them here. What is interesting, though, is the one fight that you'd think that would be included but is not is the parasite that was controlling Levias.
Right.
That's nowhere to be seen here.
Right. Because Levias is more of a protagonist, I don't think that non-evil bosses, mostly, even halfway, because Bilosite honestly wasn't, an innocent boss. I think only the evil ones are shown here, so Levias doesn't count.
I still feel like they probably could have included it, because it's one of the more unique boss fights, because it takes place in the sky, and I kind of commented on that part, that I thought it was weird that they gave you this brand new attack for your bird, and aside from that boss, there's no application to it. I mean, it makes you move a little bit faster in the sky, I guess, but how many other things are you fighting in the sky? That bird with the rupee?
Yeah. Yeah. Levias is, I guess the game wanted to, prolong the inevitable and just teach you one little technique that does work, and just the game wants to spend a little bit more time with you, and that's completely okay on my end. I see no shame in this game, just wanting me to adventure out a little bit, even though if it's something that I will only be ending up using for a short amount of time. Although I would.
There is also.
I would have liked to use the spiral charge a little bit longer. You have a point there.
Yeah.
So.
There is also one more Silent Realm challenge that will be featured, but I won't get much more into that. Just know that it is something that is featured once again in hero mode.
Exactly. And by the way, that jump, I didn't mean to do that, but the Imprisoned 2, he's nuts. Because if you don't stun him with a bomb first, and then you jump on his head, he immediately recognizes you and throws you off. I didn't mean to do that, but thankfully I was able to do it on the first try. I promise, Meg, I did not practice this at all. I left this game alone for a week.
Pretty slick maneuvering.
Given my luck, that would not have worked out, but hey, I bring it up all the time. What do I say? It's that magical record button that usually makes or breaks me in these recordings, so... honestly, in all seriousness, I really did want to get that one over with, because that would have been the determining fate of whether I would have gotten the shield or not, in my opinion. And everything else, it really is not even a biggie. So I'm going to go ahead and go with, next fight.
Skyward
Again.
Oh, great.
Okay, honestly, he's easier this time, but man. Hey, that's a coincidence.
Skyward Sword does have some pretty unique boss fights, so I do think it's cool that you have the option to fight them again here.
You do. And I guess the game is just, throwing the Imprisoned at me, because it's really just random number generated at this point. And because I hit record, it gives me the Imprisoned twice, although this really never happened. Maybe it does for some people, but I've never seen it.
I'm sure it can happen.
I'm definitely sure. Imprisoned. You want some chicken, man? Alright.
You want some cuckoo?
Cuckoo. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
We can go to KFC.
KFC.
Kentucky Fried Cuckoos.
Kentucky Fried Cuckoos. That's a new one.
Don't ask me where Kentucky is in Hyrule. They haven't founded Kentucky yet.
I don't think Kentucky exists in Hyrule. You're not going to be finding it there. The only place that I know...
It hasn't been founded yet.
The only place that I know of that will even come close is Kakariko Village, but that doesn't exist here because Hyrule and its inhabitants are just now being brought about in this game. The timeline is just now being introduced. That'd be funny, though, honestly, if... I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it's a little unrelated, but somebody modded Ocarina of Time, and I think it's one of the markets in Castle Town that featured a Burger King.
I haven't seen that. No, the most recent Ocarina of Time mod that I've seen is actually an Ace Attorney parody. And they cast the right characters to be the right, or they cast the right Zelda characters to be the right Ace Attorney characters from that.
Yeah.
Link's objection is even, ha!
Link, he makes so much sense. He makes too much sense. Honestly, though, it would be nice to skip these little, victory cutscenes, but the game doesn't let me do that. I guess it wants to, again.
Or if you press A or something, and then the prompt of press plus at the top to skip would show up. That would be nice.
No, it's usually minus here, but it is what it is.
That's the last time we're fighting the Imprisoned, right? Right?
Hopefully. No. Maybe. I don't know. I hope he doesn't start flying eventually. Right? Right? Okay.
Right?
I'm kidding. Alright, number 3. What do we have? We have 6 more after this.
Bet and Ghirahim. Oh, yep.
You bet right. No, he screen cheated. He screen cheated. Wait, will he wield the Master Sword? He wields the Master Sword.
Hey, you can't touch that.
The game literally tells me that only LSP may wield it. Will you throw it? Hey, at least I didn't get hit with my own blade.
So, like, what is actually supposed to happen if Evil touches the Master Sword? Like, if Ganondorf were to try to pick it up, would, like, his hand burn off like Professor Quirrell in Harry Potter?
I want to say that if Evil touched the Master Sword for a bit too long in this game, or any Zelda game of that matter, it would probably draw the power away and make it not so powerful, because, hey, Evil has all power to take away good power.
Well, I guess there is, like, the opening of Tears of the Kingdom, which I don't know how familiar you are with the other Switch Zeldas, so I won't get that much into it, but it is part of one of the opening cutscenes.
Yeah. What I do know is that I watched my good brother's screen share of, I want to say, Breath of the Wild, where he rode Buttface. Yeah, the horse that Miss Sayanella, so-called, gave her horse in Breath of the Wild, Buttface. But no, in all seriousness...
Oh, I remember that, and then he got killed.
But the death of Buttface is a sad one. It was a sad one, but
we were
yeah.
all pouring one out for Buttface.
But it is actually impossible to name and register a style horse at the stable. So, sadly.
So I guess since we did... This isn't really a spoiler, per se, because it's more of a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching! But are you... Since I brought up Levias earlier, are you familiar with the Leviathan fossils within Breath of the Wild?
Not exactly, because I have yet to even touch... I've touched Breath of the Wild, yeah, take that out of context. I played the game, but I haven't seen that much of it. Not that much.
Since it's not really part of the main story, it's more of a side quest, if you'll allow me to maybe indulge. Again, it's not really canon or something, it is just theorized. If I'm allowed to continue, again, I don't know how...
Yeah, go for it, man.
So, one of the side quests within Breath of the Wild is assisting these researchers in investigating these skeletal structures. And one of them, in the Elden region, bears a strong resemblance to Levias. And then the other two, I think, are supposed to be Oshus from Phantom Hourglass and...
Ooh, you may have a point.
What was the last one? The Windfish from Link's Awakening.
Ooh.
But I thought that was interesting that they were kind of pulling from different Leviathans or these great titans that existed all throughout Zelda's history without specifically addressing them. But like the anatomy, especially for the one that's in Elden, does look a whole lot like Levias, even to the point of like having like the little blowhole thing where the parasite had attached itself to.
Yeah, he's basically a sky whale. But yep, you got a point. I genuinely have not researched that in deep, but hey, once I actually... I want to say by the wintertime, I will probably get my hands on the Switch 2, because by the time that we're recording this, yes, the Switch 2 has been released since June... What? I was inside of a tentacle for a second. But yeah, since June 5th, the Switch 2 has been out, and it has really enhanced Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom by an even higher frame rate. If I manage to possess one of those titles, I will definitely do my deep research. So I admire the fact that you're bringing up attention to it.
Yeah, it is just theorized. Nothing in-game actually confirms the identity of those fossils, but that one, at the very least, I think is a strong contender for Levias.
Right. Speaking of...
Meanwhile,
throwbacks,
this bears a strong contender of Celia from Monsters, Inc., as PBG had said.
Oh, man. Sully from Monsters, Inc., even though he has two eyes and, you know, Mike Wazowski has won.
No, Celia,
Oh yeah.
Mike's girlfriend.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because she has the hair like this. I gotta watch the movie again. I really do. So the game allows you to. Oh, I can hit his eye, but these little mini Molgaras, by the way, ironic, are in the way.
Ironic.
Ironic. Ironic eyes. E. Speaking of throwbacks, though, you did leave comments. Since, I do show some comments from this guy from video to video sometimes. He brought up a point. When I brought up the Resistance throwback, and I want to say it, the episode where I revived Levias, I did leave out one character inadvertently, and that was Crew. Crew is in the Lumpy Pumpkin early game, that is, and I think it's after a certain part where he leaves and goes to the bazaar. Yeah, he is, in my opinion, referencing, or is a resemblance to Russell from Farron in Twilight Princess. So he's one that I did leave out. I might show an image here, I might not. I probably won't.
Well,
since...
technically, Russell is from Ordon, which neighbors Farron.
It neighbors Farron, man. I don't understand. But yeah, that is a resemblance, and it's not a proven fact either. It's more just like a coincidence and in lore. However, though, it was not proven by my hand. I did not make this game, so I really wouldn't know the idea that they were going for. But it is ouch. It is definitely a debut that I would really appreciate.
I don't know if that actually hit you or not.
It didn't. It hit
because
the shield.
you're only missing one heart.
I probably.
Either that, you're stronger at this point than I realized.
Actually, no, I didn't take any damage. Because this part puts me back in time where I didn't have 19 hearts. All right. He's gonna throw hands. He's throwing hands.
Hey.
I'm amused. Did that not take off his arm? The heck happened? There we go. I don't know what the game was doing there, but I was probably.
You must whip it.
I must whip it. Oh my gosh. I must whip it. That song has a really good rhythm. I'll play it here. No, I'm gonna get copyrighted.
If you want to hear it, you can play it in the eternal classic, Donkey Konga.
Donkey Konga.
Yes, real talk, that is one of the licensed songs that is in Donkey Konga.
I'm gonna play Donkey Kong Bonanza after this. Thanks for referencing that.
Now, I'm talking about the one with the barrels, the bongos.
I know what you were doing. I know what you're doing.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell my brother Jason that you referenced that, and he'll be excited. I'll get him to stream it.
Also, the Zelda theme within Donkey Konga sounds so much like a 70s game show theme. It's probably just the instrumentation, but that's always the vibe I've gotten from it.
You're making me do... This is the episode where I'm inspired to do deep research. Because you're bringing up things that I probably would not have known from like a while back. Hey, that's why he's here. In the Gauntlets, I have something inspiring to listen to than doing things that I've already done, which is refighting a boss, right?
Exactly. Even though Koloktos is doing his best General Grievous impression here, he's like, another fine addition to my collection.
An addition to my collection. How did that knock down the pillar? I'm confused. There we go. Who do I look like now? An idiot. That's, I know it's not funny when I mention the origin of a joke, but that was actually a reference from Tobuscus Animated Adventures with Gay Buscus. That was my childhood right there.
I'm not really as familiar with that, so it's kind of lost on me.
I'll probably show it to you after recording, although I'll probably forget. I've already said that I would show you the debut of I want to think the modded Burger King in Ocarina of Time, where it's just featured in Castletown.
Yes.
I think he's gonna spawn
Shall
zombies.
bring commerce to the people of Hyrule.
People need their burgers and fries, man. Like, that's one of the things that I stopped and ate today on the way home. No, I'm kidding. I went to Sonic because that's who's in my profile picture.
I thought it was an OC in your profile picture.
It is an OC. That someone drew for me. Hopefully he'll knock
Got
it
highlights
down.
like Shadow.
Highlights like... You're pretty close. Red and black on the hair. Alright. Hit your swords. And chop his armsies off. He looks like Rock'em Sock'em robots. With no arms and just 2 legs.
It kind of does, yeah.
I'm sure...
Pardon me, sir. Have you seen a cowboy doll with a bad arm?
I'm literally sure you've... You know, that little yellow game that has, like, the control sticks where you have to, you know, knock off your robot's head? That's exactly what I'm talking about. I literally had one when I was a kid.
I got my... We had one as a kid, and then I got my nephew one for Christmas one year.
They still make them?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Oh, I'm relieved. At this point, I would have expected them to discontinue that, but no, it looks like they're still in production. All right.
They are. The classics stay alive. I think same thing goes for classics as Mousetrap and Hungry Hungry Hippos. You know, some brands will just survive the test of time.
Ooh, I forgot to mention one that I did play as a kid. I got it for Christmas myself, but it was... I forgot the name. I think it was Elefun.
Elefun the Elephant! I
Yeah.
think I asked for that. I don't remember if I had gotten it or not, though. I think it was at least on a Christmas list.
Yeah, you pretty much attach the long trunk, and the elephant has a fan inside, and it blows up the butterflies, and your goal is to catch the butterflies in the net.
Yeah.
Which is something that we do here in the game a lot. Catching butterflies in a net. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, Koloktos took me a good long time, so... if this was a fight in the first section where I got the hard piece, I probably would have cut this out since I already fought him, but for productivity's sake, I'll probably just keep the recording going. Well done. Spectacular skills on display once again. You don't care. Does he care? I don't think he cares. Even though I saved him.
That didn't sound like he cared.
I don't think he cares. Alright, a little prize for your efforts. Here's 50 rupees. Go on and take it. Not too shabby.
I don't remember if anyone's already made this joke, but from the look of his stomach, it looks like he's got full Wi-Fi.
He does have full Wi-Fi. We got 3 more fights, by the way. Alright, and there goes Scaldera. And yeah, we were talking about what we consider the hardest boss. Mega here said the Imprisoned 3. I would honestly agree. Although my respective would be the second fight, because that's when he introduces his appendages, and it gets faster. And the second that you land on his head, yeah, he is ruthless and does not want you to be there. That is unless you stun him with the
There's an
Greasinator.
Imprisoned 3. Spoilers!
Oh my god.
We cut that part out.
Why would you
What
spoil
do you
that?
mean we're gonna fight him again in the main story?
Mega, you're spoiling you're spoiling the game, God.
You're the one who spoiled it. You did it.
You're being just like my brother in Twilight Princess. Since he said he grew up with the Wii version of Twilight Princess, I brought it up in the GameCube version, and he's like, "You're spoiling the boss. Why would you do that? I never played this game before. God."
You know, there is a reason that he's doing this lightning round before the actual Imprisoned 3 boss. It's that way he doesn't have to fight it here.
So he's not there. Since he's not there, and I don't have to see him.
Link does.
Twice.
Ha, you can't make me fight him if I don't have any memories of him.
But hey, there goes Moldarach 2. You know, it's funny because If the game wanted to be more technical, they would have brought up Tentalus. I already fought him. They would have brought up Moldarach when I fought him over at the shipyard. Or I want to say the shipyard. Because he was a boss
Well, I
that
guess there
reoccurred.
really isn't anything different with that fight. At the very least with the Imprisoned 1 and 2, there are different things involved.
Yeah.
But Moldera just gets downgraded to mid-boss.
And he reappears. So here we have Ghirahim, the second fight. This is a pretty long gauntlet, considering that I'll probably cut out some things, but it works out anyway. But for those who have not
This
played,
one is different. This is Ghirahim 2 Electric Boogaloo. Now with sleeves.
He has very flamboyant arms and a cracked body. He's been working out and getting ripped. What up, Ghirahim? You like whips? You like whips? He's like
Jazz.
he's like screw that, man. All right. Ow.
Oh, you gotta be running for that.
Ghirahim, baby, why would you do that?
Can't
Alright.
believe you've done this.
And I just fell over and died. Oh god. Oh god, he's the flamboyant guy just got
He's like
real
licking
serious.
the blade.
He didn't cut
It's
his tongue.
unsanitary.
He's gonna get infections, man. Goo. Why would he do that?
Yeah, I had commented on an earlier episode of the series. I hope somebody else can kind of see it. Whenever I was first seeing promotional material for this game, like I think it was a Game Informer issue that was pretty much all about Zelda leading up to Skyward Sword, I thought Ghirahim was supposed to be a Zora. Because he looks like the Ocarina of Time Zoras, specifically.
He does. Honestly, he brings up another point. He does look like one of the, rocking bandmates from Zora Hall, Majora's Mask. Although he has no guitar, no bass guitar, he just exists. With a very...
The swoopy hair.
With a very strong
But,
hatred to Link.
I know what he really is, and I will say the reveal of what he actually is much cooler. But, again, we get there when we get there!
We get there. When we get there. And we have, without choice, the Hylian Shield, the beauty. Come back for a battle anytime, you know where to find me. I definitely will.
That was beautiful.
We look attractive now. I don't want to say goodbye to the Goddess Shield, but I pulled out a fairy. I pulled out a fairy when my attention.
That is a bottle.
When my attention was to
Fairy, look how attractive we are now.
Fairy God, I got the shield that matters. This section of game, I think it gives you a nice challenge to get the shield. Although I probably would have, liked to earn it in a more, severe way. I like what we have here, but,
As is tradition, the Hylian Shield is the strongest.
It does, and, fun fact, for those who have not played it, it takes hits, but this meter does not go down. So, please enjoy it as it
destroyed
is.
here.
It cannot be destroyed. The shield is that... It's that historical. It's been passed down for this long. I may as well sit down and, enjoy the last couple minutes of this episode. So that was Lanayru's boss rush. We got the last heart piece, and we got the shield that matters. Yeah.
I do want to point out here, it's actually this game that explains at least part of the origin for the crest that's on the shield. That red part is supposed to be Link's Crimson Loftwing.
Yeah. And also that is the Hylian crest, that's not the goddess crest. Because the speck of hair does represent the Hylian shield. So there you go. If that would have been that one little spot, if they missed that, it would not be the Hylian shield. So they had to put that on there. And yeah, that does represent the Loftwing for Link, since it's red.
So this is the origin of that design.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Hylian shield at its finest. So, thanks for being here in this incredible lightning round, Mega.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me again. We got to keep that tradition going here. I don't know how many more gauntlets, or specifically Zelda gauntlets there are, but I will keep coming back for them as long as they exist.
Yeah, if there's one, I'll definitely let you know. We have 666 rupees, by the way. 666.
I was gonna say that's a pretty cursed number there.
Oh man, I've seen more cursed numbers than that, but.
But we'll also probably be releasing a companion video, as often Alex and I like to trip each other up and plan like these little surprises every time we collaborate, so to speak. So I have one that kind of ties into this episode of Skyward Sword, so check that out fairly soon.
Alright, I don't know what he has planned or hidden up his sleeve. I'll probably fail miserably at it, but since that was the case with me in the Gauntlet quiz, even though I've done fairly well in most cases of what I knew, we'll see what this one entails. So, in the next episode, we are going to, I want to say, tackle Farron, and if I'm not doing any more upgrades and more side quests in Skyloft, I will probably be heading there next, but perhaps I'll make that decision off-screen, and we'll continue. With that, stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, or anything else, and peace out, everyone.